Hello and welcome to Dolwyddelan. Now I am in the middle of Snowdonia, absolutely wonderful place. This is the Afon Clybir, which is an absolutely beautiful river. Basically we're on the opposite side to where Blaenau Festiniog is, and what I've come to do is an ancient walk which will basically end up as a beautiful castle. So all will be revealed, but basically to give you an idea, to the right is, well, Moel Samon or Moel Sibod, depending on how you look at it, but that's actually to the right. We're not going to be doing that today, but as I say, certainly one for the future. But just to check out here, let's just come across to the other side. What an astonishing place. So really looking forward to doing the walk. Now this is Dolwyddelan station. Now basically, as I say, it's what they call a request stop, so you have to tell the driver and guard that you want to get off. But so as I say, you can get here. Llandudno Junction will be at the bottom, and on the other side I'd say Blaenau Festiniog. But check this out. Wow, I'm definitely going to have a ride on this line at some point, but an amazing little place. But anyway, beautiful bench. The car park is here that we start from, and they just recommend a voluntary fee of £1 for the day, which you can't really argue with. So let's go. Okay, so we just come out of the station car park, and literally we're going to take a left over the railway bridge and then take an immediate right. Right, just over the railway bridge, and as I say, we're just going to take a right down here. It's called San Helen, and basically it was an old Roman road that linked North and South Wales. So we're going to follow this up for about 2.5 km, whereupon we're going to take a right. Right, after about 5 minutes of, well, you can see we've got quite high up already. The road basically then turns into this track, but we just keep carrying on. It's just really wild up here. 15 minutes and already we're into this. Stunning. That is absolutely massive. It's incredible this. It's like turning towards this really large bowl at the other end of the valley. It's incredible. You really feel small here, I tell you. Just come across a small abandoned settlement here. I mean, it could be anything to do with the wood or the mining, etc. But what a place. That's a bit surreal. There's a sort of a parking area here. It's not exactly what you'd expect, but yeah, I guess it is sort of a road. This is the Afon Clybir. I'm roughly in the ballpark, but do you know what? I just looked back over this, and it was one of those that just made you go, wow. This is turning into an amazing walk. Now I've got to be honest, I'm quite fascinated by that promontory up there, because a lot of the Snowdonian sort of cliffs tend to be really harsh and craggy, and this has a real beauty to it. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And as I say, this valley down here, you can honestly imagine people coming up and panning for gold. It just has that sort of feel. To see how clear that water is, wow. Right, this house is quite useful actually, because we're 2.6 k in, and we're just going to go up here to the right, and basically I think we will ascend over this ridge above, and then supposedly it levels out, and then we've got some amazing views. So a bit of hiking up ahead. Right, there's signs on this path, but it's not exactly busy. Right, out of that bit, you just come to a large forestry track and just go straight on. Right, one last quick look around what I'm now calling my private valley. Done about 120 metres of elevation, hour and 15 in, we're just over 3k. I really enjoyed this part. Right, I'm not looking forward to this next part because, as I say, we just cross over here. There's a marker, and from what I can work out, about halfway up, we do appear to go up in that direction, but it looks about 100 metres of climbing. Damn, I thought I got away with not doing anything like that this afternoon, but no, I had a feeling this was coming. But anyway, I'm just going to take my time and try and keep an eye out for the path, because as I say, it's not very busy and well used up here at all. Right, I don't often say this, but I'm quite proud of myself here. Basically because I was able to keep my eye in on the paths, and as you can see, this was a forest. I'm sure they're going to be replanting it with deciduous trees down the line, but to say it could be quite messy. But yeah, I was right. That sort of 45-degree angle that I pointed up brings us to this spot here. Now, to the right, as I say, it does look like there's a path, but no, because again, I've looked at the map and I've noticed that just up at the top of the shot, there's actually a double fence, and that's what it's showing on the map. So we're going to go up there. Don't know if you can see this right in the middle of the shot there. Wow. We're at buzzard height. Wow. Right. Wow. That was 120 metres. That was half an hour to come up. Just basically just where there's a house in the middle of the shot. Just in front of that, there's a track, and we've come up from there. Yes, all right, I was filming, but if I hadn't been filming, that would have took 29 minutes, so what? But what an incredible place. So anyway, just to come up over here, and where's the finger? I think just about there is where the Roman road actually goes around. But as I say, views are astonishing. There's loads of forestry tracks up here. I'm going to have to get a better map. I'm actually using a guidebook today. But to get on top of that summit, I think would be terrific. Anyway, I know I'm going in the right direction because I've just found that. Oh, and by the way, check that out. Right, so just come to this point here, just in this field, and I can see there's a path that's sort of going down like so, and basically the guidebook does say walk towards Snowdon, which is literally in the middle there. So just as a rough bearing, keep going in that direction, and as I say, we should hit a stile in about a kilometre or so. But just back round again. Moyle, Samod, what a place. Right, so there's Snowdon then. Just getting my bearings. That'll be the Glidders right in the back, centre of shot. I've never been around this part of Snowdonia before, and generally the only people I'm meeting are RAF pilots. Where's he gone? But that's seriously the only people I've met. I think that is going to have to go on the climbing list, but probably for next year. But I've never, as I say, just been aware of just how beautiful this part of Snowdonia was, and even just the scene in front. I think the stone chat's just whizzing about. It's beautiful. Right, 4.1 kilometres in, about 2.25 hours. As I say, we've just come down from up there, basically following an old track, and we've come to this stile here, and basically we will go on just straight ahead. In effect, we're just going straight down here. As I say, the path down isn't... Well, I'm pretty good at having to follow these things, but as I say, it runs basically just next to this stream, so as I say, just keep following that. Right, 4.5k in, and basically you're best following the stream. There is a gate just over towards the right, which you don't want to actually take, but there is a ladder style here. To be honest, as I say, there's a gate which is open, which to be honest doesn't look like it's been shut for a long time, and what they call some sheepfolds. But basically, as I say, we're just going around the corner just over here, so fingers crossed we'll be getting a view of the main valley in about 2 minutes. Right, basically, as I say, we're about 5k in, and all I can say is almost it's like just follow the stream. As I say, there's sort of this track. So I've been trying to read the guidebook, and there's bits that were missing again, genuinely, which didn't make sense. So basically, you come to this marker here, and you come across a few ruined houses, and basically there's a nice obvious gate, and then, as I say, a nice obvious path just straight in the middle there. So that's where we're going. Hope you can just see that there. It's the first sight of Dolwyddelan castle there, just in the middle of the shot, so hopefully we're going to be getting a lot closer. As you can hear, we're coming back to civilization again, but as I say, some great views, and as I say, all I'll just say is just keep following this, it's like a tractor track. It's quite clear and pretty easy to walk, but definitely you need boots on this walk, because I noticed that even after this very hot summer, there are definitely streams and things like that which you're having to cross, that I'm sure in a couple of months' time will be very full of water. Right, so we just come to this lovely farm building here. Then basically, as I say, we're just going to go through the middle of that shot there, through that gate. Right, 3 hours 10 in, and basically, as I say, you come down this track here to the road. Now, normally, as I say, I would go off to the left, but basically, don't know where the dickens it's gone. My walking stick seems to have disappeared. I perhaps left it at the side of one of the buildings. So anyway, went up to have a look, and as I say, it's a bit late now. So anyway, I'm taking a right now, and we're just going to stop by the castle on the way back to the car. Right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back here, because I'm just looking around the castle grounds now, and they're absolutely massive. So there's loads over here. So as I say, I'm going to look forward to coming back and exploring a whole new part of Snowdonia, so can't wait. Just a quick look where we've been around, up. Great place. Definitely coming back. Right, and we're back. So that was 4 hours and 8 kilometres, nearly 250 metres of climbing there. So anyway, thanks very much for coming with me to Dolwyddelan.